What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the early impressions for John Wick Chapter 4. Now, I always like to start these videos out kind of with a disclaimer, but to just be very honest with how I feel about these people, and you guys can make whatever, decisions you want to make. But these are factually people that get to see movies well in advance, well before the movie releases. I'm not saying they're being paid under the table, but I do believe there's a sense of you have to kind of play along. Otherwise, if you lose your privileges, well, you're not really around anymore, right? So that's just how I kind of view it. Is I take everything critics, specifically movie critics in this sense, I take everything they say with a grain of salt because you just don't know. But again, you guys make your own opinions. And on the flip side of things, these are things that I would like to hear about John Wick. So maybe I'll be nicer to these people that are saying it anyway. The movie is getting glowing praise. There's a lot of people. In fact, I'm pretty sure everybody that I personally saw through their tweets liked it to a degree, right? Maybe some people absolutely loved it. Some people thought it was good, and then it kind of ended there, and then there were issues from it. But a couple of things to kind of point out, right? The action. So one thing that pretty much universally across the board was said is this action is insane. The set pieces kind of break up this film so that it's got pretty okay pacing, even for the movie being almost 3 hours long, or it is 3 hours or whatever it is. It's got really good pacing throughout with big set pieces. I saw one person that said that it has more kills, or he eliminates, let's say for the sake of YouTube, he eliminates more people than 1 through 3 combined. So there's a high amount of people that are in this film. So that was across the board, whether people liked it or didn't like it. If you're in it for action, which, let's be real, is that not the main reason most people are into John Wick as a franchise? Now, I like the lore. I like the world building. I think Keanu does a really good job in a couple different ways, not just even acting, but obviously the physical sense. But even myself, I go in for the action. I want to see the martial arts. I want to see him square off against people. I want to see the choreography, all that stuff. That's the main reason that I go to see it, and everything else is kind of like a cherry on top. And everything else is probably where things differ, right? So a couple other things. I saw a lot of people talk about the ending. Now, you can't say any, right? You got to play by their rules. You can't say anything. I saw the ending is divisive. I saw the ending as something that fans are going to be talking about for a long time. I saw the ending is not going to make everyone happy, things along those lines. But specifically that divisive one, boy, I just love hearing that, right? But I mean, honestly, if we're just going to throw in my personal opinion here, just a quick prediction, I kind of get the sense he dies. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Nobody has reached out to me. I haven't reached out to a single soul. So, and I want to go in, completely blind. I'm not going to seek out spoilers for this movie. But the fact that I did see people say, there was one person that said throughout the movie, they were questioning how John Wick can even be in the fifth one. And then they were questioning it super hard for the last 40 minutes. It sounds like the last almost hour, 40 minutes of this movie, just nonstop fighting. And then the divisive ending that's going to maybe upset people. Well, what would upset people, by the way? You know what I mean? What actually would do that? The only thing that I can imagine, well, there's a couple of things. Killing him off, well, that would stop, you'd imagine, a fifth one from even happening. I guess what would maybe upset people the most is if it's almost a bait and switch, and you kill him off at the end of this movie, there is a John... But see, you can't keep making them called... Now, there's spinoffs and stuff, right? The Ana de Armas TV show is one of them, right? But, you can't make a John Wick 5, and he's dead, and you give it to another character. Movie franchises can definitely try to do bait and switch and give it to another character to advance the franchise, but not if it's called the character's name. Then you're stuck. You're completely stuck. So, if they end him, they kind of have to end this main installment thing. And Keanu has always said that he can do it, or he will do it, as long as people are still watching. I think these movies continue to make more money than the last one. He's getting up there in age, but I don't think it has to end. But that, again, that's going off a little bit on a tangent, but that is a big thing. Besides the nonstop action, the set pieces, I think it's hit or miss with the lore and the world, right? Some people called the story stupid. I saw that flat out, just it's a stupid story. Some people said it's fine and it's good. I think you can kind of locate and everybody can kind of agree if there's action or not, right? You can kind of specify that. Whether you like the lore and the world building and the story, that's a more subjective. Now, you can like the combat versus not liking it, but you have to admit that there is combat in it, right? So after that, it all becomes pretty darn subjective. And then the ending is the biggest thing. So I'll be dead honest, I'm not only more excited because these, the critics, again, I don't really care what they think about like the quality. I care about what's in it, if that makes any sense. So them saying it has action, right? Because you can be worried. Even myself, 3 hours long, that's a long movie. I don't even like going to theaters, period. And so for 3 hours, that's a long time. You have to make it worth something, at least in my personal opinion, to me. So hearing that there's action, I take away from that, okay, I'm good. So now going to see it, I'm excited to just give me that action. If I enjoy the story, which I have enjoyed the stories in the past, I've enjoyed the world building and all that stuff. If I enjoy it, fine. If I don't, whatever. But then that ending is that extra thing where it's like, now I'm just intrigued. Now I just need to see how this thing ends. But just a couple weeks away, I will be watching it, and I will be reviewing it on this channel. So remember, movie reviews are on Podcast Now Plus, except for like Scream and things like that. That'll be on the main channel. But I will have a review of John Wick Chapter 4 the Thursday night. I think the 23rd at night, I'll do a video on this channel. So getting very, very close. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.